This is Nikki White, and I am making a video today for a young dancer named Elaine, who emailed me with questions about turnout exercises. Elaine, one of your questions was about a stretch that dancers lovingly call the frog. You were saying you couldn't get your feet down and you were feeling stress in your hips, and I wanted to show you a different approach to that exercise and then another exercise that I really like. So, for the frog, the tendency for a lot of dancers is to just totally relax and then their feet stay up really high and they never get them down to the ground. They're waiting for them to go down, which doesn't do much and it puts stress on your hips. So what I recommend is planting your elbows, pressing down, engaging your abs, and then pushing your feet down, lifting your hips as high as they need to go for your feet to go flat. So you're engaging here, and then once you're there, you can slowly start to lower your hips only as far as they'll go with your feet staying on the floor. This is one way to do it. Another way to do it is to take your legs a little bit wider and take your feet out so that you're doing a 90-degree angle. And then the same thing, you can walk your hands out a little bit and let your hips press down to the ground. This one's a little more intense, so just be warned. When you're doing this, you can really control how high or how low you take your hips, as long as you're constantly engaging. So the trick to stretching is not just collapsing into a stretch. It's finding the strength in the stretch so you can maintain it. The other exercise I'm going to show you is one of my favorites. You're going to lay on your stomach and you're basically going to be doing passe, but because we don't want to crunch our ankles, you're going to cross your foot over your knee so that this part right above your ankle is right above your knee, like this. Now, easy way to get into it is to go on all fours, cross your foot so it's in the right place, and then gently lower down. This is a good stretch just like this. If your hips are flat and your knee is down, the next step, and you should do this anyways, but the next step is to lift your knee off the ground. See how that's lifting? But my hip isn't lifting. So I'm not rolling. I'm pressing this hip down and keeping my stomach engaged. I can slide my hand under there. And then I'm trying to lift my knee off the ground. Even if it doesn't come up, just engaging your turnout muscles is what's going to build the strength to maintain your turnout. After you do that exercise, make sure you stretch in the pigeon. You try to get a 90-degree angle and keep your foot flexed. This is called half pigeon, or you can do full pigeon, where you put your ankle on your knee, this knee on that ankle, flex both feet, and then you stretch forward with a flat back. If you have any other questions or want to view my other videos, please go to primatheballerina.com, or you can watch videos of me dancing at whitetreefineart.com. Thanks. Bye.